is. Today's log lift day. It's homemade crane day. It's danger day. It's also coincidentally Groundhog Day, but like whatever. So on today's episode, guys, Sean here. Welcome to the channel. On today's episode, we're going to attempt to move these big logs and get them in the trailer and get them delivered to the mill. But first, I guess, let's do a little recap. I'm actually standing next to the stumps where those big logs came from. So, long story short, we didn't want to cut these trees down. If you watch back through some of our past videos, the only reason we cut these three big ones down were because of the location of the building envelope that was set by the development and the township. They ended up having to come down to be able to make room for the house. So we had an arborist fall them. You can check the video link up here to see that. We did that because we didn't want to do that one ourselves, because I was a little worried about it damaging other trees on the property. Then, if you want to check out this video, you'll see we use the Kubota B2601 to move them with the grapple bucket over here into this pile. Some of them were too heavy, at least one was too heavy to actually lift. I actually literally rolled it and pushed it over there. But today, we want to get those logs, we want to get them loaded on the dump trailer, and we want to take them to a local tree service and mill company, Westwood Tree Service, because we're going to turn them, because we didn't want to have them leave the property. We figured the best way we could keep them was by taking them and having a company mill them into the large treads we're going to use in our stairs on our home. They're big white oak. They should look beautiful when they're all done. And that's today's job, is to get them into the trailer. But, as I said, they're too big for the Kubota to pick up. So what we're going to do today is make a homemade crane system right here using pulleys, using the Kubota, using the dump trailer, using the side-by-side and the new winch, and we're going to load those on the dump trailer. So first things first, I've got to get the Kubota out. I've got to clear the snow here at the base of this tree. I've got to clear out around the logs. Then I need to switch up to the grapple bucket and move the logs out of there that I can lift. And the ones that I can't, I'm going to push over here into position, and we're going to set up a pulley system and try and see if we can get them loaded. Who knows if it'll work? Some of my ideas do, and a lot of them don't. But stick around, and let's see what we get into today. So we've got that snow cleared out, we've got the logs cleared out as best that we really need. Now, going to disconnect this bucket. We're going to leave it close because we're going to need it when it comes time to push logs onto the trailer. We're going to hook up that grapple, which I always praise is an incredible piece of equipment. And we're going to get over here and we're going to move the logs we can move, and we're going to put them in a separate stack over here. So we're not getting much traction there because it's so slippery. So I'm going to try and short chain it so that I can lift a little bit on this end as I try to pull it back, because obviously it's digging in. We'll try. This is going to be where we set up the pulley system in that tree. So I've got it right over here to the base, and I think this is going to work. All right, guys, my crane operating apprentice is finally here with me, and we're going to get going. So first thing we're going to do is try and get the top chain up in the tree, get the pulley, the tackle on it, chain at the bottom, get the pulley on it, feed the winch cable through it so that everything's kind of set. I've got a tree strap to put around this end of the log, and then I actually bought some more chain to be able to chain the back of the side-by-side to a tree because it's so slippery out here. I'm sure it's just going to pull it through the snow. So here we go.
Let's see.
You're just trying to get my last moments on film.
No comment. So top and bottom chains are attached to the tree, and Sean is feeding the winch cable through the two pulleys. We only have to lift the end of the tree up a couple of feet to get onto the back of the trailer, so hopefully this is high enough and hopefully it works.
Oh, ye of little faith, my dear, ye of little faith.
So far it looks pretty safe though.
I love you. All right, guys, so if you kind of see over my shoulder, we've got that bottom pulley, the top winch is around the end of the log. I've chained the side-by-side to a tree. I'm not sure if that winch is going to be strong enough to be able to pull that end up in the air or not, but here we go. And if it is, we'll get it in the air. I'll back the trailer in underneath the end, and then probably have to bring the Kubota around to push it the rest of the way on.
It is up in the air.
Genius. All right, so we're all positioned. Logs in the air. Kubota's in place. We're going to try and back that trailer in, see if we can get it underneath that corner, and see what happens. Keep going. Stop. It's in the air. Let's get it on the trailer. So as you can see, we've got this one pushed all the way, you know, kind of half of it's on the trailer already. So we're going to now disconnect the cable, get the winch stuff out of the way, and then I can just push the tractor in here and shove this last one on. The other 2 or 3 that we have should be able to be loaded by the grapple bucket itself. So I'm really happy so far, but I don't want to jinx myself.
Well, I am pretty impressed.
She's impressed?
I am.
That never happens, actually. She's never impressed by me.
Takes a lot to impress me.
Anyways, we actually got them, the 2 big heavy logs, loaded using our homemade crane, if you will. I just wanted to quickly show, this is what I was talking about. It's just a, this is Ranger Command and Conquer, max load 17,600 pounds. Got these off of Amazon. And listen, none of our stuff is sponsored or anything, but Lisa always reminds me to try and say it. If you guys are ever looking for any of the stuff that I've bought and I use,
put a link down below.
We have an Amazon affiliate link down below. So these are there, not super expensive. And then some PS Cook, and these are rated at 30,000 kilonewtons or something like that. It incredibly strong, and they simply open up to put the cable through it, close, carabiner to that chain, and it worked really well,
it was
actually.
Great. Yeah, it was great.
Now that we've got those on, the last couple logs can be loaded by the Kubota with the grapple bucket. So that's next.
All right, here is the final log. This is a really heavy load for this trailer, so it is a good thing that Westwood Tree Services is not far from where we are. Take a bow, sir.
This is a little jig that I only save for events like this when things actually worked out, which is odd. Oh, might be white.
Well, we made it to Westwood Tree Services, and now we just have to get these logs off of the trailer, which, I don't know, might be harder than we think. Ooh.
Maybe. It might do it. They're also kind of wedged in there a bit, probably though too, right? Oh, for sure. We're soon gonna find out though.
If I get them on the ground, I can just flip them with the fork. Right? Yeah. Too bad my grapple isn't here.
Well, that's what I load. Oh, well, the two bottom ones are crazy heavy. I had to use some lock and tackle to pick part up and push it up, and then I just use my grapple to load the other ones. But
we got a grapple that swivels and everything. For other skid steer, but it left this morning for another job.
I'm just gonna back up a little bit here.
That'd probably come right out. Do a full head after that.
Well, that is not how I thought we were gonna do this, but
that makes life a lot easier though.
The wood-mizer.
Yeah, pretty sure it's an LT40.
LT40 wood-mizer.
how long you guys been in business here?
Well, Brad's been. He's a milling.
Research that I did, it says it needs to get down to 20% before you can even kiln dry it,
yep.
right? So how long, if we're cutting like 4-inch thick pieces for stair treads, how long is it going to take to get it down to 20% before it can go in the kiln?
Year to year and a half before it goes in a regular kiln. But our vacuum kiln, we can turn, like I could saw it today and say we loaded it in the vacuum kiln tomorrow.
Okay.
About 14 to 16 days.
Wow. Okay. So
Wow.
it doesn't
And
even
it'll
need to
be-
get down to the 20%.
If it goes in the vacuum
It goes
kiln,
in the
then.
vacuum kiln, which
Okay.
obviously is an added cost.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so we need to talk to Brad about
Yeah.
those costs.
Yeah,
and all that
pricing of
stuff.
air drying versus, and yeah, and the thing is with air drying, like, so here's the thing also with air drying going in kiln, yes, they'll be stickered evenly and they still warp a little bit, where the vacuum kiln's got a 10-ton hydraulic plate that presses down on it. They could warp a little bit, but it keeps them from twisting
Right.
and humping a lot more
Okay.
than air drying and going
wow.
in a regular
Right.
kiln.
And what about cracking and that kind of thing? Because we're going to have them 4 inches thick, but that should help it to not crack. Or maybe it's worse. I don't know.
See, that vacuum kiln versus birch room dry. That's more of a Brad question.
Okay. All right.
We haven't had the vacuum kiln in a terribly long time.
Yeah.
So
We saw it being delivered. We saw it on social media. We saw it being delivered.
Yeah,
It's very cool.
it's quite a machine.
Yeah.
It's amazing how like I can cut black walnut and 14 days later it's dry, like 13% around there.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it definitely speeds things up tenfold.
And I guess, yeah, like whatever
Whatever I
you
get out of
can
it.
make out of it, and then I'll do something with it, right? Like whatever
Yeah.
you end up with, what's left over, I'll just use it in something else.
Yeah, so you want like 1-inch material or like 1 1/4.
Yeah.
Probably 1 1/4.
Yeah,
'Cause
but
then
the
you can
bigger
see-
that you can get,
Yeah.
kind of,
Yeah.
I guess, right?
Yeah.
So,
And then I'll have to just so they call that a quarter scale.
okay,
So 1 5/4, 4 quarters, 1 1/4.
okay,
So the point is that you think 4 quarter should finish at 4 quarters or an inch.
right, okay.
So that's what they call that. And then, so I can I'll try to chase what I can off it.
Yeah, that's,
And,
If you-
and that's
do you
just a
want-
bonus.
Yeah,
That's
do
a
you want it
bonus.
like 6
Yeah.
inch or 4 inch or just whatever I can get out of it? Or,
basic, yeah. Like if
you
you,
can use it for shelving.
yeah,
or
something else, right? Like
something else, yeah.
if we concentrate on getting as many of the stair treads out of it, and then this one, get as much big lumber as much as you can out of it, and
Yep.
whatever's left over, we'll take
I'll
whatever
try to get a 6x6.
it turns into, I guess.
6x6 would be nice if you want to put it over a fireplace or
Yeah.
put it over make something cool out of it.
Yeah, yeah.
We do big fireplace panels all the time.
Oh, yeah.
They turn out pretty awesome. Okay.
All right, guys. So I made it back to the lot, and as you can see, we got those logs all loaded. We got them delivered to the mill. We had a really great conversation with the guy from the mill, and unfortunately, at this second, I don't know his name because Lisa actually was talking to him as I was getting the truck and trailer ready. And it may actually already be in the video, but I'm filming this obviously before I do the edit. Fantastic young guy, super knowledgeable, and we're really excited to see what lumber comes out of those logs. It's been a long day. We're just about probably half an hour before sunset right now. I've dropped Lisa back off at home after dropping the logs off, and I am back out here now to pack everything back up and put all the tools away and all the equipment away. So just wanted to say thanks again for watching. As I always say, it really does mean a lot to us. We're excited to have this new community that we're trying to build. And if you could, as the young hip YouTubers say, smash that like button. If you hit the thumbs up, it actually does help with the algorithm, get the video out to more people. And we would really appreciate that. So if you have any comments about today's episode, add them to the stuff down below, to the comment section down below. And as always, thanks again. Have a fantastic day. And Lisa and I will catch you on the next one. Have a good one.